Hi, this is Lucy, and today I'm going to show you how to build the Oasis, a desert-inspired house with courtyard. You do not need catwalks or a flamer trap to build the house. You only need them if you want the free-placed wall and the underpinnings. You could build these walls on lowered foundations if you don't have catwalks. If this is something that you are interested in, please stay tuned. So I guess what inspired me, this set, I wanted to do more with this set, and I had this idea for, air quotes, a Moroccan style house. Couldn't find anything I liked that actually exists in the real world, because possibly this isn't European or a Western idealisation and it doesn't really exist. So what I actually used as an idea for this house was a house in ESO called Twin Arches, because that is a house in the desert with a courtyard garden, and hence, yeah. So we obviously have this complete external free floating wall. You do need catwalks to build this. If you do not have catwalks, then just raise these up a little bit more, put some lowered foundations. I mean, I think I could have gone back a bit with this camp. I chose this location because when I looked up and did a screenshot, there were just sand and rocks. I mean, obviously there are trees up there, but it was the only location I could find in the game that kind of looked like a desert. If that doesn't bother you, then don't worry about it. I'll show you where we are on the map. We are directly opposite Somersville Docks. Newgad is here. If you are new to the game, Vault 76 is up here. Although on the map the lake is blue, there's a whole history and lore about why the dam got broken. So it's now mostly a dried lake bed, although there is water about if you want it, like here. There are super mutants at Newgad. There's a lot of enemies in this location. I quite often build near Newgad. I am actually far enough away that I don't seem to get bothered by anything here. I mean, you get the usual enemies spawning at your camp widget, and if you were paying very close attention in the intro, you will have noticed a Scorched appear out as if by magic out of my camp widget, and I have my turret up there to deter them. So we have this gate. I have this double workshop. I had thought about putting the workshop behind, but the back wall is actually right on the edge of the build area, so I didn't have enough build space. I think when I rebuild this, I'm going to try and move it back a little bit, or I'm going to put the camp widget further back so that we're kind of up to here. You could then make this a doorway and put a workshop out the back. It's up to you. We'll see how we go when we build it. So we have various plants. We have, yes, I have now got a cremator. It eats acid and oil. I have a telescope, and to the person that asked me repeatedly, can I build an observatory, I am going to have a go. It doesn't guarantee I'll be happy with what I produce, and it may never see the light of day, but I'm going to try. So this is the main entrance. This is the kitchen. I put this down, it still doesn't work. I'm hoping that with the next update that this will work. I used these counters. I made these little corners by making a circle, but putting 4 together, flamer trapping them, and then sort of lining up the straight pieces. I have a few things on chessboards. I have some oil, which may end up getting scrap for my cremator, cooking oil. Silver bowls, I got a few from the Palace of the Winding Path. I made this sort of coffee counter by merging these together. These are from the Expeditions I bought them with stamps. They're slot machine stands. They're pretty, but they are an absolute pain because the collision on it is huge. You can't put 2 next to each other. So, this is the kitchen. I'd like a bit more clutter. It was just trying to find things that fit the theme, really. That was a big problem with this camp. I mean, obviously what inspired it was, if you have been doing caravans, I have noticed, as I've just, in the last few weeks, gathered 900 supplies for this build, which in the end was futile. I'll explain why in a minute. You will know that Anika gives you these wool rugs and these rolled rugs. Well, if you look in the build menu, you will see these rolled rugs. If you keep going, there are floor rugs that match the wall rugs. So I just assumed, without checking, that if I maxed her out to max level, that I would get these. Apparently, it's a bug. They were meant to be unlocked when you got these, I assume, or at some point. I mean, I've maxed her out now. But no, apparently in the PTS patch notes, it's coming in the next update. They will be unlocked. So I will probably swap out these horseshoe rugs for those. So we have various bits and bobs. I use these stools as little tables. We have sofas. We have a eating area here. I put a drum on a chessboard and just, I don't know why I thought that went in here. My little cardinal desk and stuff. This is the bedroom. I used one of the windows for the back wall here so that it wasn't just all this sort of red. There is a kind of arch here as well. You don't need a flamer trap to make this. More wall rugs, stuff. Made lampshades using these red vases. Out here we have a kind of patio area. I put the junkyard fountain. These moths, I just place them on the floor and put the fountain over them because it's little disc that they come out of is so flat to the surface, I guess. The junkyard fountain just went over them. So that kind of I was trying to go for hummingbirds, I think, in my head. I'm not sure how accurate, but you know, it's something. I have a grill out here because obviously the cooker does not work. And lastly, we have the bathroom. Because I build organically, I tend to think, yeah, we'll do this, we'll build it, we'll start decorating and think, I need a bathroom. Where am I going to put the bathroom? Kitchen's too big. We'll put the bathroom here. What if we have a sunken bath? Of course, by then I've decorated half the house, so this is, yeah. So we have this sunken bath, which is a bit shallow. I will give you that it is a little bit shallow. Actually, if we sit down, how far up does it come? Let's have a look. I haven't actually tested this. So, using the camera mode, I suppose actually it's nearly up to my shoulders, so it's not that bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was. You could actually merge some stools into this foundation if you want, so that you can sit in your bath. I might make it a bit lower when I rebuild it. So I just thought it added a bit of extra bling, I guess. Overall, I'm really happy with this camp. I really like it. It was, as I said, just kind of when you're doing something that's very different from the building styles of the game, it's very difficult to find things that sort of fit the theme. But I think I've done okay. And if we get any new stuff, I think I'm going to keep this camp, or as long as I can. Unfortunately, I have a problem at the moment in that all of the camps that I want to keep seem to be on Scarlet. I'm going to have to delete one soon. It's either going to be the brewery or the gatehouse. Anyway, right, I will show you how I built this. So, I have moved the area back a bit, the camp area, although I hadn't realised, and one of the reasons I probably had a problem with the bathroom getting the foundation lower is we have this big bump in the middle of the camp area. So I'm going to try and work around it. We need to put foundations down, and the main part of the building is 5 wide, 4 deep. Right, I'm going to start here. This is going to be the leftmost front corner, and I'm starting here so that when I get to the bathroom I will be able to lower this foundation here. The foundation has to be quite high because obviously there's this raised part here. So I'm going to have 4 going in this direction and 5 in this direction. Fill in. If you don't want to do the bathroom, you will need catwalks for that and a flamer trap. If you don't want to do it, or you can't do it, then just you can make them lower if you want. Right, the first thing we're going to do is add the walls along the front. Now normally to do that I would add a foundation here, take this one out, place a catwalk and a wall. Now the problem is with this is that for some reason if you do this with the palace set, or you do it with the barn set, you convert it to the palace set, the wall sinks behind the foundation, you can't see it. So what we're going to do is place a foundation here, move this one out the way, and we are going to move this to the left slightly. Should be enough. I would suggest for this, because I just hit a problem where the first one was fine but all the others were off, you take that whole row out. Place your catwalk, place your wall so that it's flush with the foundation. Going to test to see if this worked. I'm going to put this floor back. Well, actually, before I put that floor back, I'm moving this one away. So we have a floating wall. The reason is you can easily snap it to the wrong thing. So select the wall, convert it to the palace set. Right, that worked. I have taken all of these out so that we won't have a problem. I'm going to turn this back to the barn set so that I can get another foundation in front of it so that I can carry on. I'm going to take this one out. Just make sure these are snapped correctly as well. Yeah, I had a problem. It went wrong. And it's to do with it snapping to the wrong piece. So just go along and catwalk, barn, wall. Make sure it's flush with the foundation. I'm going to take all of these out so we don't get any confusion with our snapping. We're going to snap these back in. Looks fine. Then we are going to convert these all to the Palace of the Winding Path set. So there we have it. We have our fronts in. Now we're going to have stairs here and stairs here. You will need to, well, actually, let's try it. As far as I know, you have to flame a trap. Yeah, you will need to flame a trap those if you want to put the stairs on, but we'll do that later. So I'm going to put the bathroom in, and the bathroom is here. It's this one, so I'm taking this one out. It's 3 from the right, or the one in the middle, basically. So to get the tiled walls around here, these again, you need catwalks. These ones we want facing inwards, so we just put a catwalk on there, take a barn wall, put it like that. Barn wall, put it like that. Barn wall, put it like that. So now on all sides you have walls that face inwards. Now we want to get a foundation in there, but we want to lower it. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to flame a trap this wall. I will turn it into the barn first. I'm going to destroy it. You'll see why in a minute. So we can't lower a foundation that's in there, that's why. Let's destroy that wall. I'm going to put a floor in there. I'm going to put another floor this side. I'm going to take that one out again. I'm going to lower this floor. I'm going to try using the... I don't like doing it like that. It doesn't work for me. Using the vertical movement. I am going to try... Right, so that's quite low now. So we will put that back. And that will be our bath. And it's nice and deep now. We can take that one off. So we can repair this wall. We can convert this to back to the Palace of the Winding Path set. Obviously, if you don't have catwalks, you could do this. You could still lower it, but I suppose you wouldn't have a wall in front. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to turn this one into the kind of mosaic. We don't have a blue mosaic wallpaper. I've actually got a little bit of dirt showing through there. So you might want to do it a little bit higher. That one would work. Actually goes with the red. Wallpapers. The only tiled wallpapers I have, I don't know if there are any more. I mean, you don't have to use a tile. You've got the white, black. We could use one of these stone ones. There's lots of different options. I went for the black in my build. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. What about this? What's this? We've got the palace wallpaper, but doesn't really... Winding Path wallpaper doesn't really work. It might. I don't know. It's completely up to you. Whatever you decide for your bath. I think that is a little bit low. I mean, one of the things is that obviously you won't get out of here, but you'd have a good bath. Actually, if you sat down in this, you'd probably drown. But I might make it a little bit higher. I'm going to keep the position of this foundation, but I don't want it here. It's going to be in the way, so I'm just going to... It's just for emergencies in case anything happens. Shouldn't need it. Always get a bit paranoid. Right, we can add some walls now, and I am going to add the actual palace walls. I'm not going to change them. Right, I'm going to start here with a red window and another one here. Actually, let's just do all the windows first. I think I did like that and then plain. I think I did windows here and here. We need plain walls. There should be, if you want to put the workshop out the back, there should be enough space where you can put a door here and put a workshop out here. 2 or 3 foundations, 4 foundations. This is going to be a regular wall, regular wall. I missed a window. This is going to be a window. This is going to be a doorway. Make sure that this wall is on the coming in. Sometimes with builds like this, it gets confusing because you can't tell which side of the wall is which. But when you're putting a wall over 2 foundations, there are 2 positions. That is going to be a door. We also need a door here. And here, actually. Right, this one I'm going to line up. You can see actually it's in the wrong place because it wasn't lining up with this wall. This is going to be plain, plain. I think that's fine. On this end I used this window set so that I had this big pretty window on the end there. So that is basically the walls. I did put an arch. Now I'm actually going to use the barn set for this. The reason being that I can tell which side is which. Put 2 half walls. And 2 top wall arches. Can then add fascias. We can use the fascias we're going to use, which are the... If I can find them. Oh, I hate trying to do this. It's a nightmare. We will be removing the barn set and just leaving the fascias floating to create that sort of archway. Like so. Those won't come off, but change that around and they will. So change it so it's showing the other side. These will come off. You can leave them like that if you want that side facing that side, but I wanted it outwards so that it kind of framed the window. So that is how you get those fascias on. No flamer trapping required, no catwalks. Last couple of walls, we need 2 plain walls here. And I used the pavilion set here. You could use another half wall of the palace set. I used the pavilion set. It's completely up to you. Right. Make sure that all your walls are lined up because otherwise your roofs will look weird. It looks fine to me. All these walls are straight. All these lines are straight. Obviously where you have half walls underneath, the walls will snap on top of those half walls, but they will still snap onto, so that one, I could still pull that forward. No, I can't actually. It was trying to go that way when I placed it. Maybe now because it's in situ, it's connected to this but just be aware of your wall placement. The other thing is that, as I just ably demonstrated, once you've put one of these walls on top of one of these half walls, you can't remove it unless you destroy this. So if you do decide that for some reason you want to take a wall off to do something else, or you've put the wrong wall on, you will need to destroy these half walls to take it off. So next I'm going to add the roofs. I'm going to start with the skylight. Basically these walls are temporary, just to hold the roof up. I use the rustic greenhouse roof, I use the corners, and I use the curved corners. So just put those on like so. Next I'm going to add the palace roofs, the winding path roof. Be aware that this has different edges, so try and get them all going in the same direction, otherwise they look a bit weird underneath. I'm doing this slowly so that I can be sure they're all going the same direction. And for this section we are going to put pergola roofs on. So that's the roofs done. We should be able to just remove these. So that's the main building done, and if you want you could just leave it like that. I'm going to build the courtyard next. Now if you do not have catwalks, or you don't want to do this because it's a giant pain in the butt, just lower a foundation. As far as it will go, or as far low as you want, and just put the walls on foundations. It's up to you. So we're going to start with a freeplace wall. If you don't have one of these, snap a wall, a doorway to a foundation. Add a small catwalk and a floor object. I tend to use these power connectors. Blueprint those 3 items, you have a freeplace wall. Now we are going to try on the lowest point, it's higher up here, we are going to try and line this wall up with the wall here. Now this can be really tricky, and also, if you get it completely wrong, you are going to end up in a situation where it doesn't fit on the other side. Now, when I built it, I did have 2 attempts. So this is my 2nd attempt, but I am recording, so obviously it will take me 10. Right, that is not in the right place. You can see that this is not in the right place. It can be an absolute pain. And the reason that I actually made this one with this wall set so that the widths of the walls were identical, it makes it easier, in theory, to line it up. We'll try that. It's better, it's just not all the way there. No, no. So just keep doing this until you think that it's in the right place. That looks pretty good. We'll try it. Right, to attach another wall, we need catwalk jiggery pokery. Half a catwalk. Corner. Sorry, that's quarter catwalk, corner. Half catwalk. Corner. Quarter. Take the first catwalk off. Quarter. Corner. Half. Corner. Corner the right way around. Quarter. Wall. Right. We now have a corner. So we are going to quarter, corner, quarter, wall. Go all the way around. Now, when you get to the doorway, it might be too low. Depending on your terrain, it might be too low to go through. But put it in anyway. If it's too low, what you can do, and what I did on my original, was I took it out and I free placed one. So you should now have something like this. Now, in this instance, this door is not too low to go through. However, I have realised there's a slight issue, and the issue is doors. You will not get a door in here. I have tried using I have tried using roofs and various other things. There is only one way to get a door in here. So we're going to take that out. And we are going to free place one using our original blueprint. Make sure that the catwalk is facing inwards, because that means that's the inside of the wall. And we're going to try and line this up. Oh dear. It can be very difficult to see where you need things, you know, where to line stuff up. So, I think that's right. That'll do. Now, because this terrain is uneven, it does mean that you should, this isn't going to work now, be able to get a foundation on this side, and it did go in. And because of that, you can put the door in. I like my doors to open inwards. So there we go. And you can just take the foundation off. Yay, it worked. Right, next we are going to do the pergolas for the workshop. Take a full catwalk, add one of these, and again, take a catwalk this way, add another catwalk, add the open arch one, remove your catwalks, repeat on this side. Then just add some pergola roofs. Or pavilion set roofs. I've made a pergola using pavilion set. It makes sense, honestly. Lastly, we are going to just flame trap these two half walls and add stairs or steps. Then just repair the wall. If you can't select it, just go to your camp widget and repair all. Like the front door on the gate here, I used this door all the way around. Why will you not go the way I want you to? Oh, there's already one in here. So Jess, just use the circus trailer door if you have it. And that is pretty much it. That is it. So decorate however you see fit. I must admit, I'm actually quite tempted to rebuild this camp so we can have a better bath. I just like this so much. Shame I can't really do taps. Somebody did suggest merging a sink into the foundation, but it doesn't work. It doesn't look right. So because it means that the taps are on the bottom of the bath. So I can't think of a way to do it because the taps are at the back of the sink. So there we go. But it works. I like it a lot. You probably noticed. So anyway, I hope you have fun with this build. I really like it. I do have a tiny gap here on this one. I have to confess. It is very difficult to line these up, and on my one that I did the tour of, the one that I built on in Adventure, they are absolutely perfect, and it was a fluke, I have to tell you. I've done this 3 times for the video. So yeah, it is a daunting task, especially if you know you're going to have to redo it. If you don't care about the ground, just put foundations down. I think that, I mean, you could put more tile down, but I think that this, if you've got the white shag carpet, that actually looks quite a lot like sand. You could probably get away with it. So anyway, I hope you like the build. I hope you have fun with it. If you have any questions or queries, please post them down below. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.